Man, people will try you, man. People will try you. So last night I was in downtown New Orleans making my pickup, the freight that I dropped off on Sunday at the Marriott off of Canal Street. So, get parked, get set it up, the crew's out there getting ready to they got cones out to make sure everything is safe, nobody is running into us or whatever. And, I got my four ways on, and they got permission from the hotel to use the area so they can work. So, excuse me. So while they was working, I, just moseying around, looking at, whatever different things or whatever. I went into the gift shop because I wanted to, get a souvenir, bring a gift back home. And then I come back out and the big boss calls me. He picks up after hours. He, for any drivers that got, emergencies or anything that happened, he picks up all throughout the night. So he calls me and he was like, hey, did the hotel, the hotel is calling me saying that you is blocking off the road and everything. Are you in a safe location? Are you in the dock or whatever? And I'm like, they loaded me out on the street. So I'm going to get, confirmation of, did anybody call or, what's going on or whatever. So, the boss, he worrying about if we going to get a big ticket just for being a nuisance and being parked illegally in the street. So I go to the crew and I was like, hey, did you guys, did somebody complain over here or whatever? They was like, nah, we're working, loading your truck up or whatever. And, then the freight, they have a dock manager, and he was like, my guess is the people next door, because it was like I guess it was like some little, ritzy apartment, loft type of complex that was next door or whatever. And it was this guy, that was just like looking straight at me, like he wanted a problem or something like that. And all I see him was just with his phone, just like looking all weird and crazy. And rather than him going next door or even asking me a question like, hey, do you gotta move? Or like, I don't want to be, an inconvenience to you if you, need to get up out of here, because they're going to be using me in this area. I'm not just parked here just to be parked here so I can enjoy the night out on the town. I'm doing my job. So while he's, delivering, or, maybe that's his, apartment complex or whatever, he got, fake Dubai chocolates, like, counterfeit Dubai chocolates. When I mean, I ain't gonna get into all of that, but you out here selling counterfeit chocolates, swear they from Dubai, but they was made here. So, you decide to call the company, my company, since their name is on the trailer. And I'm like, man, you really have to stay prayed up, and if you don't, do a whole lot of praying, you need an outlet to decompress, because people will try you out here. Like you just minding your business, driving down the road, and they calling your company saying that, oh, you driving all erratic and all this and that and everything, when there's cameras all around the truck. You got people at rest areas pulling out guns on you, calling you the N-word. You got CHP just, trigger happy with the tickets. Love to give, my company and other drivers just tickets for no damn reason when we just doing our damn job. We not breaking that 55 mile per hour speed limit. There's no other way around this countryside of the road to drive a truck on where there was other trucks on there, but you want to give me a ticket for being over length. Like, it's enough, man. It's really enough. And I just made up my mind, I'm 15 years in since I first had my CDL. And I think, God willing, take care of my health, and I still have my, right, you know, frame peace of mind and everything or whatever, that I may give it between another 15 to 20 and I'm done. Like, I'll do something else. I'll be happy to get off the road. I'll be a yard jockey or, Walmart greeter or something like that or whatever. But by that time, I would have been done, saved up, and just come home off of the road, man. Like, because this is too much, man. Like, for the stuff that not just me, every other driver goes through or whatever, people just make it difficult. Like, we can't even do our job, and just come back home in one piece or whatever. Everybody's out here trying you, and they want you to crash out. They want you to, take penitentiary chances with them. And I'm trying my best not to crash out, because it's getting there. But I'm telling you, man, I believe in a higher power. That's why I'm glad I got music. I'm glad I got YouTube to document video vlogging and stuff like that. That's like a journal entry right there. So you need outlets out here, because if you don't, then, everything out here will consume you. So that's just my advice on that for anybody that's like, going through the stresses of what it takes to become a truck driver. Even, for the local side. And the local side, you dealing with the public even more. So I'm suggesting that you getting it, 1,000 times or whatever, because, you're dealing with all of that close quarters driving and people commuting, trying to get to work or whatever, and they not caring about you and the equipment that you drive. So yeah, this is tough on all of us, man. Anyway, I'm just, gonna chill. And I'm gonna go walk out. I'm gonna go walk around, get out of the truck, get my 30 minutes in, physical activity. I'm trying to do that every day so I can decompress and not just be, you know, you know, sucked up in here or whatever and everything. And it's good to, get your blood flowing. But anyway, y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Don't let nobody try you out here. Try to decompress, listen to some music, and we're all a community. We all go through the same thing. Y'all be good.